Oh, we don't even need this one.
You're supposed to pop on Facebook Live. I know, I meant to check that.
It's what size are you? It's on. Good afternoon, everybody. We're just getting settled in here. It's really busy. So many people. So
Eclipse is
I'm gonna mute for about 1 minute and then I'll come back.
last pair. I need a thumbnail.
I think we'll get started then. Like I said, it's really busy here. We barely even have a seat left. Can everyone just be quiet? It's just so crazy in here. I just can't.
Do one photo. I need a thumbnail for YouTube, so the three of us need to be wearing
Oh, sorry. We're gonna take a photography moment in a second for the socials. Sure.
Where's our dad needs a pair first.
Oh.
It's wild how you can get
that one more. Or we're gonna be able to see the eclipse soon. It won't fit. You have to take your other one.
Oh, we did.
You literally can't see. I'm gonna drive like this.
You literally can't see anything.
Okay.
Do we get the thumbnail?
Got it.
Thank you.
I actually thought you'd be able to see like through these.
No.
They just like were limited, like sunglasses.
Yeah,
but
these are your solar eclipse glasses. So
See through them, they're not good.
So, somebody put a couple little pinholes so they could see.
no.
never
even more
view the
dangerous.
sun without eclipse glasses.
So it's starting around 2 o'clock. I think it's peaking around 3:20, I heard, and then ending around 4. So quite a spiritual
But you
moment
can
for
watch
some
it
people.
together.
It's true.
in this
Yeah,
romantic
everybody
group.
here, the 50 people that are here today can all watch it together. We also have Eid this week, so I'm sure everyone's tired from the month.
We're almost
And
there.
do we know what time it is yet or not yet? Wednesday.
The whole day.
It's the whole day. So everyone, okay. Okay, so it's not a particular time. Wednesday. That's
And it's
good.
all day.
Good. And
What
we
do you
just-
do all day? Do you guys get to like just eat the mosque? Okay. Mhm.
That's good. Yeah.
Oh.
Nice.
I was reading this goes over 3 days. Is that true?
Starting Wednesday for the 3 days. Okay. Nice. And will we get 10% of our buyers back too? Or is everyone taking a break also for that time? Maybe, right? Because we got through Easter, March break, Eid, now spring market, I think, right?
We just have to get through the eclipse.
The eclipse seems to be taking out more people than
Yeah.
anything this year.
Yes, I'm actually shocked. So I know the kids are off school, but like I said, maybe people think it's a big deal. Some people are traveling, they want to enjoy it. So I know people that went to Texas to go see it
Why Texas?
because they're in totality as well.
Oh.
All the total.
I really don't understand taking the kids out of school. I don't understand that. Is it the day off for the?
They don't want the risk of
They don't-
getting sued
they want
for
the
blind
liability.
children.
The teachers had to go.
The teachers
The
had to
teachers
go.
are working still.
They're working. Kids.
Yeah. Well, some school boards did half days, and then that didn't really make sense either because you might as well just take the whole day if you're going to be there for 2 hours. So
But they had one in 2017, right? It wasn't
that was only a
long.
partial though. This one's a total eclipse. That was a partial eclipse. So it will actually get dark, I think, right? Although we're not in total thing here. So what do you mean? There's lots of people here. This is I
What
don't
do you
know.
mean?
Is there
There's
any seats available?
no
Put your
seats
hand up if there's a
available.
seat. Is there a seat
So
around?
busy here.
That's good. So how was the week? Yeah, good. Like showings good, offers good. Yes, good. Sandy's good too. Okay.
You did an open house?
Yeah. How many people? So many.
So many buy and sell all of it.
Oh, just inquiries. Okay, so people.
No,
Yeah.
Four buy and sell.
Okay.
Mm.
So people are kind of accepting that.
People are getting ready,
Yeah.
but all those people are, the two people are working. Like,
So your
all
nighttime.
income, 300, just, yeah. Complete.
Upgrading. Okay. People are making moves.
Rural is dead.
Yeah. Scarborough or like
Rural.
rural, sorry. Dead. Okay.
Interesting.
So
I know.
Scott's saying rural, you, not rural, but you're talking about like Newtonville or Coburg or Port Hope. But you're talking about houses or you're talking about rural houses, rural properties or houses, like
Houses in
Like
rural areas.
subdivision.
So not like farms or rural.
not farms or anything. Yeah. So subdivision houses in the, in 905 area is slow. Interesting.
Showing very quiet.
What price point?
Sorry.
What price? Mm.
450 and 800, nothing, huh?
Maybe people don't want to go that far. Yeah.
And talking to other rural agents, their experiences.
Yeah. We'll read some stats later too, but I read about how the luxury market in the rural areas are actually doing better because people that have money are going further out, but their luxury are considered different than what luxury is in Toronto, but still $1 million properties are coming back a little bit in those areas.
Talk about the waterfront. They are hot.
Yeah.
Condos or cottages?
Oh, for
Houses.
yeah.
The scope is very good.
You said what are you talking about cottages?
She's talking about cottages.
You're talking north. You're saying they're hot?
Well, we don't see a lot of listings. Like there's not that many, right? So Mhm.
$20 million.
Hmm.
Wow. Interesting. Mhm.
I know Steve did an open house this weekend. I don't know if he's on here. So he had an ice cream truck at his open house in Pickering. And that was kind of fun. I went.
He had like 70 people, I think. 60 cones, he said.
Wow. Yeah. But he had like the neighbors come and stuff like that.
Mhm.
They're having their own meeting.
Yeah. That's okay. There are so many people. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Good. Nelson, same thing
Steve's
for you?
online?
Okay. Nelson, how was your phone on the weekend? Was it busy? It was busy. Yeah, mine too. Yeah. Yeah. It's good. Claire, do you want to talk about the stats then? Because it's the same thing we had last month. Everyone says it's crazy, but the the stats are not showing that yet.
Yeah, so the stats are okay. I mean, I don't know, since last talk, we had what, a decrease in the CPI. The consumer price index went to, I think it was, just guessing here, 2.9%. Anybody know for sure? Is it 2.9 or 2.8? I'm guessing 2.9. Anyway, so it went down a little bit, and then on the we're expecting the interest rate announcements to come, I think, on the 10th or 11th. Then we know that for sure. Looking around here, so there's going to be a rate announcement will be coming this week.
10.
I
Wednesday.
think it's Wednesday, right? Yeah, Wednesday the 10th. So I don't know. Any guesses? Anyone want to make a guess and see if the rate's going to go up, down, stay the same?
My guess is the same.
Even though the CPI went down to 2.9 rather than 3.1.
So everybody here says stay the same. Anyone think go up?
Going to stay the same.
so I don't know. I mean, I personally have no knowledge about it, but that's what the industry is talking. You talk to anybody
Mhm.
within the.
Who's got this crystal
We
ball?
have some articles that say it's gonna go down, but I don't.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
No one knows for sure, right? So,
everybody's saying it's going to go down. Everybody's waiting. Even I was talking to somebody else, a lawyer on something else, and he's telling me how interest rates are going to come down. So again, everybody's talking about it, but I don't know. I don't see who else is really talking about it, the people that are important, right? But since we last talked here, the sales came in for March, and they're showing like a minus 4.5% decrease in units, which is okay. Prices themselves are actually up a little bit. They're actually up 1.3%. So that's encouraging. It's you got to break it down a little bit here. Unfortunately, the March sales for 2024 are the lowest amounts of sales since we've had since
2010,
March
2009.
2009.
Like last year, we were already record low. Now
how
we're
many
lower.
years is that, right? So definitely
6 years. Huh?
so definitely the market is interesting, right? It's not where it should be or could be. So a lot of people are sitting on the fence, and it's gotta be interest rates, it's gotta be the cost, it's gotta be the cost of inventory. I'd rather see
It's also the
prices
cost
come
of
down
living.
somehow.
Like everything has gone up.
Everything.
I'd like to see the prices come down a little bit there anyways, it just seems to be too much. Right?
Yeah.
Our open market was pretty.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the Fulton Market Watch, like the one,
Like the brick.
the brick
Yeah,
thing,
that's
or-
just the year over
Year
year.
to
That's
year.
just year over year.
You could take, if you want, you could, if you guys are saving them, you could do month over month by, just by looking at
Yeah.
each brick.
You could do a carousel too and show the difference between the two.
I haven't got the monthly inventory. I think monthly inventory is what, 3 to 1, something like that?
Yeah, I think it was just less than 2 point something. I forgot to print it too. I couldn't-
I don't know. So Treb's confusing me a little bit here. So
1.9.
I did our numbers last night as of April the 3rd. I've got 16,000 active listings right now. You guys, who checks active listings? You guys do that on Toronto West? You guys check active listings from time to time, see what's going on, and the numbers around 15,000, 16,000? So we asked Treb, okay, well, we're getting like 14, 15,000, 16,000 active listings. So when you guys do your market watch, you're telling me that you've got 12,459. Where's the other 4,000? And they came back to us and say, well, it's parking lots. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
And they came back and said, well, maybe it's what else did they say?
Vacant lots.
Maybe it's vacant lot.
No,
No,
that's
it's
about
not.
20.
So I think they made I don't know, I think they're manipulating the data for whatever purpose.
Because yeah, we look at it ourselves, and I tried every single filter, and I tried Durham, York, and Mean Clear, and no, they haven't responded yet. So we're
No,
gonna press them.
and we asked the guy that actually does the numbers themselves, and they said, oh, no, we do it individually, and we double check it, and we go like styles, like semi-detached and all different areas, and then we add them all up, and I'm thinking, I don't know, I mean, I don't see what the numbers are, but they are what they are, and then we just use what you want to use, right?
Yeah.
So new listings are up 15% according to Trev there. The average price 1,121,000. So the average price actually went up a little bit there, 1.3%, but not a whole lot. But the market's still interesting. As far as sales goes, so we're talking about waterfront. I thought you were talking about Toronto waterfront condos, but you're talking about cottage country, right?
Mhm.
Because condominiums themselves, the unit sales are down 15%. So even though units overall are down 4.5%, the 416 condos are down 15%, and the 905 condos are down 7.5% for a total of 12.8%. On the other side, though, the semi-detached, they're actually up 10.4%. So the cheaper price low-rise homes are actually doing quite well. Condominiums not so much, and the higher price units not so much, as you were saying before. So that's sort of how that's coming down there. Market uncertainty in GTA real estate sees lowest March since 2009. We just talked about that, and I don't know, why is that? I mean, why are the buyers holding off? I don't know.
Waiting for interest
Waiting for
rates.
interest rates, right? Is that what everybody's telling us? Waiting for interest rates, waiting for probably interest rates seems to be the number one thing, right?
I also think the media is not educating people. Like I talked to a seller on the weekend, and she was all nervous. Well, I thought prices were down 20%. I said, no, prices are not down that much. Like even in her
Compared
area,
to
it was.
2022, maybe.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Didn't you say that interest rate really, when you take the same amount of property and you put
So it's a direct correlation to prices. So you're saying, yeah, the interest rates are direct correlation. So there's no reason so the interest rates have not changed, neither of the prices.
because price was higher.
Yeah.
Than you said.
So unit sales, just so you know, the January last year, January 23, February 23 versus January, February this year, actually sales were up for January this year, or up for February this year, but the first time March sales were down.
But they're saying it was because of Good Friday was in April
Oh.
instead of March.
And March break and Easter. And
Yeah,
Eid.
and
Usually
the
Easter's in
month
March.
before we had 29 days in February, therefore I had one more day in February, and that affected things too, so.
So every year we have to remember where our holidays fell, and I mean it's true when you're comparing months year to year, there are some changes, right?
Toronto house prices are up and expected to rise by year ends amiding the decline in March sales. So they're still saying that they're expecting things to increase. That's what everybody's talking about. Those are all good things. House prices could reach peak levels by next year, according to CNBC. Peak prices 1.33. So actually 1.34 for a detached house. Actually, overall average price is 1.334. So they're talking about maybe 20, maybe next year is 2025. I don't know, we'll see. Unfortunately, still doing stats here.
That was awesome. Go keep going. You're on a
Keep
roll.
going.
You got the same one I do, so you should do that. I talked last week about condominium fees and how how that affects things too, right? The condominium fees, like my example a couple weeks ago was $800,000 condominium with 20% down, $160,000 mortgage or down payment. You're left with whatever that is for a mortgage, and the mortgage is gonna be about $3,500. Plus your maintenance fees gonna be another, I don't know, $600. So you go back to $4,100, and your taxes a couple $100, you're back to $4,300. Why wouldn't you just rent? That's what I'm saying. That's why prices have to drop.
That's why people are renting.
All right, prices have to drop, or when I'm reading too, you gotta go to the bank of mom and dad to help you out. Has anybody seen that happening?
Yeah, that's been happening for a while too.
Right, it's happening for a while, but I think it's even get more so, right? So it seems to be the way to go. If you've got clients that aren't familiar with the bank of mom and dad, or the whole concept here is that you know, if your parents are 65, 70 years old and they're sitting there in this big bankroll here and they're going to give to the kids when they pass away as an inheritance, then by the time they die, if they're 70 years old now and their kids are let's say 40, by the time they die, they're gonna be 90, the kids are gonna be 60. So you give them their inheritance when they're 60 years old, when they don't need it anymore, right? I'd rather give the inheritance when they're 40, right? So if the parents are in a position that they can do that and make it happen without hurting themselves, then it's not a bad advice.
Yeah, a lot of people are doing.
A lot of parents do. I read there's something like $1 trillion or billion, I guess, which bigger?
Billions of dollars. They're
$1 billion
giving.
worth of baby boomer money. And the baby boomers got their money from their parents. So I'm not talking about new Canadians, I'm talking about the guys that've been here for generations. There's all kinds of money sitting
And I might be cheeky to say it's kind of their fault that we're in this position now, so they should help us out a little bit.
The boomers.
Boomers, help out the kids, help us. And they're not only just gifting money, which by the way, if they do that, you have to make sure you're talking to their mortgage people because there's other requirements. You can't just give someone money and they get a mortgage automatically. So some parents are not only gifting the money, but they're also going on title to even apply for the mortgage in the first place. So they're really just going all out.
And that's not a bad case for the parents to protect their money too. So
Yeah.
let's say there's a husband and wife, and the one parent wants to give the kids money, but they're worried about the husband and wife, then just go on title and you're part owner.
Yeah.
So
Also, kids,
there's the ways you can overcome.
and they have more student debt than we used to too, right? So not only can they don't cash, but they have debt, like they're negative in the hole. So they need to overcome their student debt and then get into saving, right? It's really hard, especially when they're renting right now too.
So just final thing on the stats here. So as of April 7th, we've got 16,123 active listings according to my numbers. 7,800 are condos, 8,300 are freeholds. Sales themselves for the first 7 days, not enough to go on here, but the sales themselves are -4%, condos are -5%, freeholds are -4%. Of the properties that have sold for the first 7 days, 22% of the condominiums sold for over asking, 35% overall, and 44% of all freehold houses sold for over asking price of what did sell. So the strategy is, do we price high, price low, what do we do? And it's a 50-50 game. So depends on what your clients want to do. Most strategies are fine, right? So you got to be on that. As far as active listings go, it's got to be something wrong with my number here, I'm sure. I double checked it though.
I know, we did.
Did you double check
Yeah.
it there? Okay, so active listings, there's 13,000 active listings right now with the first
Lease
7
listings.
days leases. Sorry, we've leased out 2,000 so far this month. Sorry, this year, and last year at the same time we did about 1,500. So 2,000, 1,500, 36% increase in leases.
Like listings.
Leases, actually,
Or sold leases.
actually
Or-
sold
okay.
sold leases, right? And condominiums are actually up 49% and freeholds are up 13%. So condominium rentals have gone crazy. Has anybody noticed that? Has anybody noticed that the rental markets have gone busy again?
Let's go have our condo bill.
I'm seeing some yeses here, and Julian, are you getting more than multiple offers, or is it being a little ground? 3 leases in 5 days, and did you successful each time or lost?
Yeah.
Were you
all done.
competing at all, or like how was it?
Well, she did like one more mistake. That one, nothing this week. So 3 people asking.
Well, that's 6,500 a month, so it's a big one.
Interesting.
So I don't know what happened, but anyway, so I don't know, the lease markets are stuff.
I had one young and things I used it, but it's just sometimes to get it done, but like all the up is coming. Yeah, they get, you know, documents, and things, and in order to push them aside, it took it 2 weeks to run.
Interesting.
2,500, it's a one bedroom and then usually that rents 2,700.
Wow.
So yeah, we know the market's not the same. It's a lot different than last year. So even when selling, I mean, sellers are used to getting multiple offers. And I think that's still happening in the Durham area, but it's not happening all around. But just in general, we have to be more cautious with our listings and we're going to be working a lot harder to get these things sold, right? So people are dealing with lukewarm buyers, inspections that may not go through. These are all things you need to prepare your seller for, right? Because it's just not the same as it used to be last year where you put it up for a week and sell it. So people are making concessions, they're actually doing repairs, they're actually doing things that the inspection said, then things that caught. A lot more work we need to do. But I'll just keep going with articles, Kate, before I pass
Yeah.
over, since I've only got a couple.
There's some
anyway, so-
comments. I know Sanic says does he have a rental listing right now? 251 Jarvis Street,
Mhm.
1+1 with locker.
Yeah, is,
If anyone has anyone, I don't know.
oh, he's advertising his listing, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's true. Pre-construction. I'm sure you guys have been still getting emails of all the incentives. Have you been getting more calls than ever about pre-construction and getting your help to sell? Not from clients buying, but from builders trying to get this all.
Every day.
Every day saying,
I had a builder called me like this weekend.
Yeah.
I went through the office, but I found it interesting that they were calling to talk about a project event that we already
Yeah.
went to last year, I think.
There's a lot,
900?
there's a lot of inventory, there's a lot of incentives, they're really doing everything they can except for reducing prices to make these things happen. But even the ones that are getting ready to close this year, people are really hurting, losing 150 grand, 200 grand. I've heard some rumors about people that bought like 8 to 10 units in the hot market and can't close on a single one of them. So not only are they losing deposits, but they may be sued for damages as well.
Do you think those people were planning on closing those to start?
Oh yeah, for sure. Those people that had money now they can't move. They're foreign money. They can't buy now, right? That rule's new as of last year as well. But something that we don't think about either. Not only do some people can't close on them, but they're not even appraising at the value that they bought it at. So that's a big issue. So when you bought it 4 years ago and it's not appraising today, not only do you not have the money to close on it already, but you're already in the hole because it's not even appraising. So that's extra cash you need to come up with right now. So it's very scary. We got really crazy in pre-con 3 years ago. We were right in it, like doing crazy worksheets and just throwing down checks, and now we're seeing the turnfall of that. Assignments are not selling, they're not moving as well. So we're all seeing this. I get a lot of calls with someone that has a new assignment listing, and I apologize almost because it's just like the client gets all excited that they're going to make some profit, and they're not.
Pre-construction is funny because you learn as you go, and then the older you get, the more you learn, right? But hopefully you probably forget more than you learn anyways. But
Did they buy it
So-
3
so-
years ago or
so I
4
remember,
years ago?
yeah. So I
Yeah.
remember pre-construction
make
years
money.
ago. We had guys from Iran buying pre-construction, and one of our agents was smart, and some of these maybe not as much. But the agent that was smart said to his clients at the time, make sure you convert your Iranian dollars into Canadian dollars today. Don't wait 3 years when the thing closes. So his clients did this, and they were fine.
They're okay.
People that did not do it, the devaluation, I don't know, you guys know better than I would, but the dollar versus the Iranian dollar was like in half or something there. So the poor guys that didn't do it had to pay twice as much than what they anticipated. So that was a problem.
Yeah.
Second problem we have, which we never explained to our clients, is during the occupancy period. Occupancy periods today is based on 8% mortgage. So some poor guy's paying, I don't know, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a month just in occupancy fees, and he's getting nothing for it. So if occupancy fees could be, I don't know, let's say it's 5 months. So whatever profit that he may have from buying it and selling it, the profit's gone in occupancy fees. But nobody even considered that at the time we were doing it, right?
No, because
So-
at the time it was like, oh, we would say, oh, it's less than rental market value. It's not a big deal. It's just some fees. Interest was so low at that
Yeah,
time. Right
yeah,
now,
and-
now it is a big deal.
Even an assignment sale,
And then the
Mhm.
assignment sales, the builder says, sure, you're gonna sign it. Yeah, you can sign it. And then the agent tells the client, sure, you're gonna sign it. But when they didn't tell them, is you can't advertise it.
You can't put it on MLS.
Which is
Right?
really
So,
hard.
so it's a bit of and some people specialize in pre-construction, but I'm sure they know more today, that it'll be a different story today than it would have been when we did it, but see how things change.
Yeah, I think the people that are really into pre-con too are advising their clients properly also, and these are really strong, solid clients that have probably done it before and are prepared. But some people were not and just going for it. Right? So Occupancy fees, so it's the cost to set it up. So in a condo, you're paying for like water, utilities, basic setup costs, but you're also paying the interest difference of the time, because right now the builder is now loaning you that money. So you're paying their interest plus extra. It's about 8% right now,
Mm.
extra. So that's the biggest huge cost is the interest on that period of time.
Common that, I mean, I'm dealing with one Richmond Hill, townhome, client is interested.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But, I spoke to somebody, they say we have exclusive right of market, does it have?
Yes, that's very, very common. So most builders will have an exclusive listing broker. So even when you get to the assignment phase, they want to be the ones to advertise it and even rent it out. So I've had some people where we look at the agreement and we can't actually service them. I've had my own actually that I couldn't service. To be honest, I was a little bit happy because I didn't want to take the blame for not renting it out either. So I said, yep, no problem. Go with these guys and I'll
I
help with
didn't
the
rent
process.
it.
We didn't rent it. We're going to close on it next week and then try to sell it. So it's been a long process, but
Because the
yeah.
funny part was when I speak to that lady, she said, you don't speak to my broker. I have exclusive right, that's it.
Yeah, and they don't care that you have an exclusive contract either. So yeah, that pre-con world's a little bit different than resale. It's just it's very gray. It's not black and white. Okay, before I get into some boring rules, let's talk about some exciting stuff. Caitlin, you've always
You
got
got rules?
I've got more rules and reminders after this. So
Mine's not crazy exciting. When was the last time? Have we seen each other since Fired Up? I guess you guys were
no,
last
because we have
week, right?
yeah.
How did you guys like it? Was it good style? All that? If you guys weren't there, I emailed you guys like all the stuff from it. So if you guys want to rewatch the whole day, we sent out the full like unedited version of it. Sent you guys your listing presentations, seller, buyer packages. What else is on that thing? Some photos. If some of you guys got in some photos, there's some photos on there. So I don't know if I need to resend that out, but it's on the Google Drive under the Fired Up folder. Other stuff that's coming up is this Wednesday. We're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to do I don't want to call it cold calling or a calling workshop. So if you guys want to come, basically what we're doing is I've got some some previous buyer seller leads over the years from some of the ads that we've put up, like Facebook ads and whatnot. So a lot of people have been asking us about online leads and giving leads, blah, blah, blah. So I have leads. I will give them out at the workshop. We're gonna have Mo come in. He's been doing online leads for like the last 6 months or so, and he's got his own script. He's coming up with some stuff. So I'm gonna let Mo kind of teach you guys a little bit about what he's been up to. I think he even booked 2 appointments this weekend using whatever script he's doing with online leads as well. So we're going to give the floor to Mo this week, but I'm also going to be giving each person that attends the session, I'm going to give you guys a list of some of those leads. So yes, they are recycled, I guess. They're older leads, so they're not like fresh off the press or anything, but at least it'll give you guys a list of people to reach out to and try to book some appointments for. It's either going to be something you guys really like or something you really hate. But I may even prove whether online leads works or not, because everyone's always talking about leads. So we have leads, and obviously it's like a whole other way of prospecting for business. So we're gonna have some fun. It's gonna be on Wednesday. If you want leads, you have to attend it either in person at the Kennedy office. I have about 20 people signed up already. So please sign up before Wednesday, because I am going to be having lists prepared of like giving you guys a list of contacts. So if I have everyone's names ahead of time, then it'll make it a lot more organized and efficient. If you're doing it online, I am allowing it online. It's going to be more awkward. I think it'll be more fun if we're all in one room together doing it, or across the office. We can go into different rooms if you guys don't want to do it in front of each other, but we are going to be doing 15 minutes of teaching, maybe 45 minutes to an hour of all calling. I'm going to split you guys up into 2 teams as well to make it a little bit more competitive, just to see who books appointments. But if you're going to be on virtual, I am going to be mean. I'm going to be asking you guys to be on camera. It will be on Zoom, so I want to see your face if you're going to be doing the virtual amount, and I will email you leads. But you have to stay on the camera for the whole hour. So it's really just a way to have some accountability if we're going to be passing out these things. They are things that we pay for. So I do really want to take it a little bit seriously. So if you guys do want to attend, then you guys will get contacts to reach out to.
We know it's Eid on Wednesday.
Yes,
so
I know.
apologize, but we will redo this event. It won't be the only one we do. We just had to keep it going with our regular Wednesday training. So we will do more of these. And I think Caitlin's accepting teachers. If there's somebody out there that has something to teach or train.
Yeah, like
you
if
wanna
you
hook
guys
up
are
in?
an agent and you guys want to speak, or you want to talk, or you want to like kind of do some more mastermind. If you've got a topic that you're passionate about, or maybe you're doing business a certain way that you would want to teach other agents on how you guys are doing it, reach out to me, because I know some people have been telling me that they want to start speaking. So Mo's kind of the first person that's ever kind of put his hand up. So if you guys are also in that situation, I would love to have all you guys teach some things as well. So if you've got a specific specialty, then let me know and you guys can host your own little session here.
How long will the Wednesday?
So it's really gonna depend. I think we're gonna aim to make it an hour, but if people are calling, it may go longer. I'll be here all day, so I'm hoping to end it by 12 o'clock. It starts at 10:30. So we'll do about 15, 20 minutes of, we're gonna talk about leads, how they came, what our ads look like. So you guys have a little bit of like a background on what the buyers are seeing, what they're clicking on, so that when you're calling them, you know exactly why. You're like, hey, you clicked on this ad. This is why I'm calling you. And then Mo is actually going to do a live call that day. So he's going to call some leads and try to get someone on the phone and demonstrate his script for you guys. If not, I think we have some recordings as well. And then we'll basically do 45 minutes to an hour of calling. And it's all going to be here. Yeah. Yeah. So if you guys want to come, if you register with me, or I can put you on the list now, just tell me if you're going to be in person, what office, because we can do it at the Durham offices. No one signed up at the Durham offices yet, so it might actually just be here, or virtual. So you can do either way. Yep. You want to be on the list? Yes. Make sure you come tell me afterwards and I'll put you guys on it.
So the purpose of this whole thing there, I think Kate started off saying these are recycled leads. So let me just explain to you how lead gen works. If you're a person, a buyer, you're looking for something to buy, what's the first thing you do as an agent, or not an agent, as a public? What would you do before you bought a house? Don't you go online and search, right? And when you aren't you just sort of searching where you haven't picked? You're searching for Windsor, and you're searching for Cornwall, right? You know, like it's completely different, right? Well, what happens from what I've been reading here is that by the time that somebody makes that first inquiry and buys something, it's like a 9-month journey.
12, yeah.
Could be even 12-month journey. So even though it sounds like, hey, we're going to recycle these old leads, trust me, these are the guys that've been through. They've been doing it now for 4, 6, 7 months. Now's the perfect time to re-engage with them.
Yeah.
The other thing Kate's talking about, there's two things. One's called cold calling, one's called prospecting. Anybody know the difference? Anybody want to guess?
Calling strangers versus calling your contacts.
Correct. Okay, so we're not asking anybody to cold call. We're not asking anybody to call strangers and we're returning phone calls. These persons put their hands up. This person gave us their information. It's a prospect. So prospecting is completely different than cold calling. So don't get in your head thinking, well, we're doing cold calling. I hate cold calling. We're not cold calling. It's called prospecting.
Yes.
Plus, if you can get good at it, right, then you can talk to your clients. You can talk to your farm area. You can if you can control that phone and have a skill on it, it's very beneficial for you.
Yeah. Yes.
So this is where we're at.
Yeah, and it's gonna be fun. Like, you're just gonna be calling people saying, hey, you came to our website last year. I'll probably do 2023 leads or something and be like, hey, you came to our website last year. Just want to make sure you're still looking to buy. Like, they put their hand up. We'll have a better script obviously than that. But yeah, it's gonna basically be like, hey, you put your hand up. I'm now calling you, just checking up, just want to see if you're thinking about making a move, and then booking an appointment with them to do a buyer consultation. That's pretty much what we're doing. It's not like, hey, we sold this house, it's sold, or you think about selling. It's just, we're just kind of doing, like follow-up calls more than anything. Whether they work out, we don't know. It might be a nice, fun game to see if online leads is really something you guys want to play with.
Yeah, but we want you to get over the fear of the phone and have a routine and phone people. That's
Yeah.
and have something to say. That's usually what
Number
people
one
have
question
fun.
we get is what do I say?
What do I say?
So if we're on a big group of 20 people, 30 people, I think it'll be a lot more fun. We've got some phones. Some people may have to use their cell phones, but you can spread out here. We can do the boardroom. We've got some calling rooms. You can go downstairs. You can do wherever you want. I think it'll just be more comfortable. And then, like I said, if it's going to go over the hour and a half, it's going to be people that are probably want to stick around and like share like how their experience went. So it could go, depending on how chit chatty you guys are at the end of it. We may want to be like, hey, I booked an appointment. This is what I said. So you guys may get into more sharing about it. That's why it might go a little bit longer than 12. Well, hopefully not, but we're going to try it. And then I think even on the Wednesdays, we're going to start to do some more, like more prospecting workshop. So maybe one day we get us all out door knocking. Maybe one day we all get together and we call our databases together. Like, I don't know if we all want to be
I
together.
thought I was
for
gonna go
these
door knocking
things.
last week, so Caitlin's gonna hold me to it now.
Carly was ready to go door knocking for herself.
I'm like, we need more signs. I'm gonna go door knocking.
So we'll try different ways if it gets you guys out. I know we're learning lots and lots and going all these different seminars. So it'd be cool to start to actually go out there and do some of these things together. But good. Yeah, so that's gonna be Wednesday. And then also another event that's popping up is April 22nd is awards. So if you guys haven't RSVP'd that, Ginny, I think is taking some. We've got about 70 people signed up so far. So if you haven't put your name on the list, everyone's welcome, whether you're an award winner or not. We are all celebrating a great 2023. It was so fun.
There will be a nice lunch. There'll be food this time.
2023 was fun. We're all gonna drink and celebrate.
Maybe we'll celebrate this year.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a luncheon. So it'll be 12 to 3 o'clock, Parkview Manor. So if you guys want to come to that, make sure you let Ginny know that you want to attend. Is there anything else? And that we did April 22nd for our Eid, people that are celebrating Eid. So I know this Wednesday we're celebrating Eid. I just had to fill the month with something.
Fair enough.
I think that's
Lots
about it.
exciting, lots of fun things planned. Now I get to tell you more fun rules and reminders. I don't have too many today, but just a couple updates. Regarding when you do a conditional deal, whether it's your listing or you're on the buy side, you do a conditional deal, we still need to have a copy of those documents. So a lot of agents wait till it's firm, which kind of makes sense because you're like, well, it's not done yet. I'm not going to hand it in until it's firm. We actually should have a copy when it's conditional under TRESA, any sort of exchange of money. We should have documentation for that. So just a reminder, don't necessarily wait till it's firm. Just give us the documents right away so we can get it organized for you.
Soon as money goes in a trust account, you have to give us the trade. We have to write up the trade, whether it's conditional or not.
Yeah.
Some people seem to think that we don't only give it to when it's firm. No, because then I get a call from the other broker saying, what's the deposit? What deal we talking about? So that's why we have to get, as soon as money goes in a trust account, we want to see.
Yeah.
And
And if it
does
doesn't
see a guilty one over there.
and if it doesn't firm up, then you just let Jeremy know it didn't firm up. We cancel it and we still file it, right? So we keep track of a mutual lease if there is one. So we keep track of all that for you in our files.
The other stuff is I know some people send the stuff directly to the lawyers themselves on their client's behalf, but just because you did it, we still have that extra step with our deal admin that you have to still send it to us because there is extra
Invoicing and things.
things that we send to the lawyers to make sure you get paid. So just because you guys sent it to the lawyers doesn't mean you don't send it to us as well. Because I know some agents do that as well, or they'll send it to the lawyers and then not send it to us until like the week before closing or something like that. So we need at least 2 weeks before closing, right? For the title
As soon as it's
search, everything.
conditional or firm.
Yeah.
Yeah, give it to us.
To Jeremy, deal admin, yeah.
Yep. Yep. I think 2 weeks ago, March 27th, whenever that was, MLS introduced a whole bunch of new fields. I don't know if you guys had listings and you noticed. Our data forms don't match those new fields yet. So it makes our system kind of broken because then the girls have to go to you and say, now we need information for these fields. So I try to send an email just to let you know like what they are so you can have a heads up. The main ones are showing instructions, foundation, roof, a couple other ones as well. So I hopefully
The
that
link tone.
that was already there too. HST applicable. Some people get confused about this because the options are not applicable, speak to listing brokerage, or yes or no. But in a residential resale, it's included, right? So it's only going to be like your assignments and things like that where it wouldn't be included. I don't know why there's 4 options like call, listing, brokerage. I guess if it's more detailed than that. Waterfront, you have to say yes or no. And if you do say yes, there's a whole slew of other requirements.
Just to talk about rural properties and looking at Scott here. So don't forget now, if you guys HST, be careful. It's make sure you know what you're talking about, because if you put in HST is included and you're selling a farm, for instance, a farm is HST's extra, and all of a sudden now you just cost your client, if it's $1 million property, it costs your client $130,000. You follow me? So be careful. Same with let's say Danforth. You're selling Danforth. You've got a residential thing above and you've got a commercial thing below. HST is extra. So be careful. And the buying agent, they're typing the offers. They're going to put HST is included. So they're going to try to trick you. So be careful with that.
Watch your offers, yeah.
So clear if it's a 4-plex, is there HST?
No,
No.
it's all residentials.
So new fields, hopefully we get data forms to match. That'll make our system a little bit more efficient. But Coincidentally, about an hour after they released the new field, did you guys notice that we also got 6 new boards on Treb? So Niagara, Kingston, Ottawa, Renfrew, Cornwall, and Rideau, St. Lawrence.
Ottawa is part of trap.
Ottawa is now
Wow.
feeded into Treb, and I have a feeling these new boards had these fields, and that's why we got new fields the day before. So we think it was required that.
Ottawa still don't have their own board as well, right?
They still have their own boards, yeah, but now their data is merged with the Treb data.
I'm not sure what the date of that would be though.
But we cannot-
Listings.
but we cannot listen to their boards.
It's not active yet.
So we have to be-
So these boards here, right now, they're on ITSO, so they're gonna get rid of ITSO and they're gonna join Treb. They're gonna join Treb's database. But I'm not sure when they're gonna do it. They just said they're gonna do it.
They agreed to join.
Do
Yeah.
the people have an option to put in trap or
No, they won't, no, they'll get rid of their ITSO.
they'll get rid of it, so they can, basically one day become procedure.
Eventually it'll be one database, right? But right now Treb is competing with ITSO and ITSO has like, I don't know, 15 boards and Treb has 10 boards, so they're fighting each other.
I have a question in regarding to rentals. When a deal is conditional on something, does the agent still have to sign the acceptance? And then just later that waiver is, either the waiver is signed or notice of fulfillment is signed within the next 2 days or so.
Yeah, if you have the
Because
condition
agent
that's,
called me and he's like, no, I just did a real course and you're not doing it right. And I said,
Okay, the way it's supposed to be done, the acceptance of the offer is when the party accepts the sign back, they're supposed to sign the acceptance.
yeah. And then if it has a condition that says, are you talking about the landlord condition to review credit checks and things like that? Yeah, technically that condition is a true condition and it should be waived or fulfilled within the time period of the clause.
so should they not be signing the offer until?
No, the offer is accepted and then it's
Okay.
conditional and then you waive
So
or
they should
fulfill it.
sign.
Yes, I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Here's what a lot of agents do, and it's not correct. But you see it all the time. It's like people speeding on the 401. What's the speed limit for 401? Who does 100, right? So somebody tell me it's 125. Anyways. So a lot of people will fill out the acceptance when they send the offer in. It's not even accepted yet.
I think they're saying the opposite. They're not accepting it until that condition is fulfilled and then you don't have an offer.
No.
you
Acceptance
got it,
acceptance should be
confirmation of
done.
acceptance.
Acceptance should be done.
After seller signs it.
It should be in the irrevocable time,
Doesn't matter whether it's firm or not. Acceptance means they agreed to the terms.
within the irrevocable.
Yeah, and if you have a brand new Aurea student telling you the real estate rules, I would shake your head a little bit.
Okay, but date by the other party.
Not
Yeah.
after.
Yes, you can.
The
Acknowledgement.
the acknowledgement? Oh, the acknowledgement, yes.
Yeah.
We're talking
Not
about,
the deal,
we're
the-
talking about acceptance.
Acceptance.
Accepted.
It'll be done when the final last person signs
Exactly.
it.
Correct.
Yeah,
Last-
within the irrevocable.
But have you not seen offers with acceptance already signed? This is my point. You know, a lot of
We
people,
see everything.
a lot of people do it right away.
We also see
It's
people
not-
that don't fulfill that condition on a lease too, and in a lease, it's a little bit of a lower risk, but technically it's a condition. Yeah.
I sent a waiver to the condition. The agent wants, what am I sending, what am I sending
Yes,
for?
yeah, they don't realize it's an actual condition, the way it's written out, right? So it just depends. One last thing on the MLS field, Sanic noticed this, it's a really weird thing, but before the fields were all changed, there used to be a condo field that was for ensuite laundry, yes or no? And that's gone. They took rid of the ensuite laundry field. And so what
That's kinda
happens is if you have a search set up for condos with ensuite laundry, as of April 2nd,
Mm.
they're not, that field's gone. So it's showing 0 listings.
That's a nice one to have checked off.
I don't
That's
know,
super-
maybe it'll come back, but yeah, that was a bit of a weird. So just pay attention to your condo searches in these fields because we just noticed that on the weekend.
Realm or in Stratus? Or both?
Oh, yeah,
I think some fields disappear from Stratus, and I don't know if they're just pointing it over.
maybe, could be.
Mm.
Right.
Cause we
Yeah.
add the listings through Realm now, right?
Yeah, fair. FinTrack, so I mentioned last month, we're going through our audit right now, so I'm almost done the auditing part of it. If you get a note from me, it's because you're missing FinTrack for a particular deal, and I do need you to submit it for that deal, but hopefully out of the 50 files I find, not too many discrepancies, but you will get an email, probably even our next Monday training too. I'll talk about the new FinTrack rules again, so we have it documented for everybody, but the main changes was that the form has changed a little bit. There's a 10-point rating scale now for your clients. The receipt of funds changed slightly in terms of the form, but also you have to identify the person giving the deposit. So if you've got a
I
parent
saw
or
that.
somebody that's giving a deposit on behalf of the kid or something like that, that person needs to be identified as well. And it's right built into the receipt of funds form. So you'll see it already built in there. And then there's other rules about corporate people or administrative people or things like that. So you'll get a whole new policy and procedures guide. It's kind of lengthy, but you can read through it. This is part of your training right now, is me telling you about all of these new forms. Anything else on FinTrek? Actually, don't have any new rules. Do you have any rules of broker of record stuff? I'm not going to mention Tressa or Teresa today. So.
So, Teresa.
Yeah. No, I don't have anything else.
Okay, so I just went through some stats, just so you know. I thought maybe we might lose a lot of people with Treb and money and so on and so forth, but yeah, just going back over time here. So March 2021, we had 60,600 agents on the real estate board. And then we went to 22, we went to 67,000, and 23 went to 69,000, and today we have 71,280.
We're going in the wrong direction.
But the good news is this: in March 21, we had 952 new members. In March of 22, we had 739. 23 had 574, and last March 24, we had 384. So that's going the right direction. So it went from 952 in that 1 month down to 384. So that's good news.
So now we just need prices to come down and less agents, and then
I meant to do the math here. So again, I don't trust Shrebin's math. So February was 7,000. Who's got a calculator? 7,564 plus 384. How much is that? That'd be 70,800 and something. So math doesn't work.
we're gonna bug someone about this now too. And I think the whole world is tired of Carly and Claire bugging them. Oriel's tired. Tired. We had a question online just now. I think it was Ruby. She said, what happens if the offer is accepted after the irrevocable? Can you just change the irrevocable? No, you cannot. You should do an amendment to change the irrevocable. Technically, that wasn't even a done deal because you have to sign it within the irrevocable time period.
You cannot do amendment. You have to do a
You can
deal.
do an amendment. No, you can do an amendment to change the irrevocable to say we understood that the irrevocable changed and you
Maybe
can-
delete irrevocable, insert new one.
That all terms and conditions
Yeah.
are still valid.
Can you do the amendment?
Yeah, you could. You technically shouldn't even have to. You should just have it signed before the irrevocable. But yeah,
Maybe we can do that.
Basically,
I thought you should do it from the beginning.
I thought.
you could do both. But I think
No,
amendment- the deal.
the proper way to do it would be to sign it back to the other side.
Yeah,
and
change the
irrevocable date.
Yeah, that's
That would be the proper way.
Just sign it back, change your irrevocable date, try and sign it back to
Yeah,
the.
but if
But
somebody
then you gotta
accepted it,
cross off their initials and then put the new person's
No, no,
initials.
change your irrevocable and then.
It's like a sign
irrevocable by
back.
the-
It's a sign
irrevocable
back.
by the-
But if they had already signed.
Yeah.
The sign back with the new,
So,
with the new.
are you saying it's still legal if you accepted that offer and they do the amendment?
What we're saying here is if you do an amendment to a debt offer, you say that regardless of the conditions set out in this agreement, both parties agree that this deal is now firm and binding.
So it can be done.
Yeah, as long as you put that
The wording.
phrases in there, right?
You got
'Cause
a
you-
lot of conditions when they don't waive them on time.
Yeah.
Not so much with confirmation of acceptance, but definitely waivers.
Yeah.
A lot of the times.
Yeah,
the
nothing-
time will
yeah.
pass, but everybody still wants to go.
And there's
forward.
always two lawyers in every courthouse, right?
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
some lawyer will say, no, you can't do it, and some lawyers say you can. So it depends on the situation.
So it's like a buyer want to back out, right? They have a reason to back out. They find a way.
they could use it.
Well, no, if you don't fix it, yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't fix it, there's a reason for
Sure.
somebody to get out.
Yeah, for sure. Any hole, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gotta be fixed.
So amendment is acceptable.
with the right wording.
Yeah, with that little clause they put in there. And the proper way would be to sign it back again.
So that means if the offer expired 11 o'clock and you accepted it 1 o'clock, right? You tell the other offer has been accepted and everybody understand that offer has been accepted. And then you can do this.
Clean out the paper, regardless of this date. Set out in this
But that way
agreement.
it's a lesser pressure on the buyer to say, don't re-sign it, you can't, okay.
Yeah, like if you're down to the wire.
Yeah, and then if somebody says, I don't want to sign the amendment, the deal's dead anyways.
Then it's done anyway.
Just cross the number and the date and the initial.
It's a sign back, that'd be the proper way.
Yeah, it'd be signed.
Yeah, but some people some people want to walk away, the deal's done, and then just clean it up after.
Willing seller, willing buyer, right? It's only until there's holes and gaps and someone's not willing. Anyone have any listings you want to advertise or talk about? Or- Nope. Anything online? Any more questions?
Standard clarified laundry, it's just remapped.
Okay, so it's kind of what Nelson was saying then. So it's just a remapping issue. So he still had to go back and change the search, but it was a mapping. Yeah, so be careful between this transition of Stratus to Realm. You might just want to start to use Realm because yeah, fields are changing. Stratus is going way July.
So I've been using Realm but once in a while Realm doesn't tell me what I do, so I have to go back to Stratus and figure out what they do wrong in Realm. And usually it's the extra filters. Usually I have a filter on there that doesn't quite work. For instance, we talked about it before, but on Stratus, if you put 4-bedroom something or other, it's gonna look for 4, 5s, and 4 pluses. If you look for 4 on Realm, it's gonna give you a 4, not gonna give you a 5, it's not gonna give you 3. So-
3, I understand they won't give you 3, but usually they give you
Yeah,
4.
no, it
3,
won't.
4,
Realm
4,
won't.
5, 6.
Yeah, Realm will not.
So you have to put 4 to 6.
You have to put 4 or 5, so you gotta click, so then the same with washrooms. You ask for 2 washrooms, it'll give you 2 washrooms. It won't give you 3 washrooms. So the little things like that, you have to be very careful with Realm on how that works. So that's why we're encouraging you to look at it now, get these bugs over with, otherwise you may not know.
Yeah.
In particular on Realm, if you do that example I'm talking about, if you look for 4 bedrooms, knowing that the client will accept 5 bedrooms or 6 bedrooms, you can just put 4 and you set them up in an automatic search, all they're gonna get is the 4, same thing. So you gotta make sure what you're sending them that fully understand.
So how about the 4 plus 2? That doesn't make any difference.
4 plus
It's still the
2.
4 bedroom.
It's gonna, well, there's 4 and then there's 5 plus, I think is the option. So you're gonna 4 and then 5 plus. And again, be careful.
That means disadvantage you have, somebody has a 7 bedroom or.
Well,
If
5
the
plus,
third
5
person-
plus will show
No,
up.
no, they have 7 bed, like
Yeah.
you got 7 bedroom on the second.
Yeah, the 5 plus would work.
Yeah, as a search person, you got to be really
Be
careful.
4 or 5 plus, so 7, so
Oh,
it
5
should
plus.
catch it.
So you
Yeah.
can't do 4 plus.
No, I think it's
I
I
think
think,
it's
I
5
think the
plus.
option goes to 5 plus
Yeah.
on Realm.
So you gotta make sure the buyer's agents are all setting up their searches properly
Yeah.
to get properties
Yeah.
So I'm
like
saying
that.
you gotta be very, very careful. You gotta do some checking and make sure that it's catching everything, right? So.
Mhm. True. Okay, so, oh, yep. Yep, oh,
We sold one property and the inspection. This agent, inspection, 3 hours. Then we supply. But then he looked at around everything with the buyer. And in the evening, Sarah called me, she said, well, this agent asked me to fix flooring, fix bathroom, and some other things. And not only that, he sits down and he asks the seller to sign something. Which I don't know yet, maybe the last day. So.
So the seller was home?
We shouldn't.
this,
do it,
Was it agent?
the seller was home during this
Yeah,
inspection?
Mom, she signed it. Oh.
Oh.
She told me, oh, I signed it, I said, I told you day before that don't talk.
Are you the listing agent?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this our famous client?
Oh, good.
But she didn't listen, she signed it and then said, I'm not gonna sell the house because, you know, he asked me this and that, so I said, why did you sign it?
Why would the buyer's agent even do that?
I know, but the buyer's agent. Yeah,
No.
he was there.
Yeah, the buyer, they
The
just wasn't
buyer's
gave her the
agent
paperwork.
put a piece of paper in front of your client?
He didn't call you.
That's
He didn't call me.
interesting. You want to respond to that?
Take it to
sometime?
I think today is the last day, I don't know if he's gonna send this paper.
Regardless, take it to that.
So I think I'd get a copy of that paper, see what they sign, what they're asking for, and interesting.
That is,
Unbelievable, it never happens.
Okay, we'll offline that one then. Unless you have anything to say on
No, I'm just talking about the human,
it.
the human thing, the karma. Everybody believe in karma? So I have a client that complains about everything, wants to cancel lists, wants
Oh.
this, wants to that, and wants to complain. And then next thing we know, then the buying agent comes in and makes her sign a piece of paper saying she's gonna fix things. It's just funny how things sort of
Sure.
attract.
Yeah, oh well.
If you want to be difficult after today, then you ask the guy for a copy, whatever she signed, and then you decide what you want to do.
Yeah, it's not appropriate, but we'll see what she's
He's
saying.
not legal anyway.
How do you deal with the people just send their client and give them a lockbox to go take out that?
Just right, the trap, and it's a $6,000 fine.
Huh?
It's $6,000 fine.
Because I had that last week.
You should write the trend.
yeah.
And agent called me, said these 2 people came out of the house and asked them their agent's name. They said, our agent was running late.
Oh.
They gave me the last.
Yeah, I'd 100% report that.
Yeah, that's a, six
report
out, it's common, it's like, they've been hitting hard, those guys, so.
Did the
I had
yes.
89
instant
showings in
fine.
4 days.
Awful.
How much for?
89 showings in 4 days.
And the guy couldn't make, couldn't
make
show it himself, and obviously there's gonna be other agents around ratting him out.
Which listing that?
Millington, 10 Millington.
Okay, I think that's it. Nothing online page? Okay, well, solar eclipse is about to start, so
time?
Oh, it's getting
don't
dark.
don't drive with
Wear
your glasses on, don't look at it.
What time is it supposed to, 1:05 it's supposed to start?
It starts around 2, peaks at 3:19 p.m., ends around 4.
And then at four-
I'm gonna go pray after
I'll
that.
finish after at 4.
Around 4 o'clock it finishes.
I wanna join the.
Right, it'll be fun. So have a good week, everybody. We will see you next week.
So why do you have to pray?